Today is a great moment in India's counter-terrorism strategy. This day reflects a shift towards precise intelligence-driven military responses. Operation Sindoor was specifically focused on groups like LashkarTaiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed and a clear revenge for the April 22 Pahalgam attack in which 26 innocent Hindu tourists were killed. The Operation Sindoor is executed in just 15 days after the Pahalgam terror attack. The strikes carried out across Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir began at 1:44 a.m. on May 7 and it unfolded over a 40-minute window with 24 missile strikes launched from mobile platforms. To decode this, we are joined by Colonel Retired Jaibans Singh, a renowned defense and security expert. Welcome to Organiser, sir. Sir, today's strikes were long awaited and widely anticipated. In fact, India is even conducting mock drills today that hinted at preparation. But when these actual strikes happened, it stunned Pakistan. Do you believe India used this psychological element to throw Pakistan off balance?
Thank you very much, Yatharth. This is a very good question. Firstly, widely anticipated. You see, what happened was that after the Pahalgam attack, there was a national horror and disgust against Pakistan in the whole of India, and there were demands for vengeance. But fortunately, our government under Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, they took a very mature approach to the whole thing and a very professional approach. They were very sensitive to the fact that even though this has happened, the innocent people of Pakistan should not suffer. Because of that, they graduated their response. First, they did some diplomatic and economic activity to give an indication of their displeasure for what has happened. And then they collected the evidence and they spoke to all the national or international people who also realized that it was Pakistan who had done this. And finally, Pakistan was given a quid pro quo that you kindly take action against the terror modules that are operating in your, not modules, organizations that are operating in your soil. But Pakistan was in denial mode. So this was not vengeance. This was basically an imperative of national security because, like the External Affairs Ministry said, there were indications that there might be more strikes by the emboldened terrorists over there. So we have done what is good for us, what is righteous, and what is justified for our national security. And we have given a very big message to Pakistan that it is time for them to set their own house in order. Otherwise, India will do whatever is needed for its security. So the timing of the attack, of course, the preparations were there, and I'm sure that the government was waiting for some kind of solid evidence which has come their way, and which I'm sure would have been given to the international media also. So they have attacked very precisely with precision munitions only onto the terror modules and terror hubs in Pakistan, which are identified not only by us but by the entire intelligence community of the world. And no civilian in Pakistan has been targeted, and no military target also has been impacted.
Sir, what is the strategic and symbolic significances of this Operation Sindoor? What message is India sending not just to Pakistan but to the entire international community?
We are not sending any message. We are just trying to ensure that our national security is maintained and our sovereignty is maintained at all times. The policy which is being followed by the government is zero tolerance to terror, which is known the world over. And the second policy is that national security comes first. It is on the basic parameters of these two policies that this decision has been taken. And earlier decisions of Balakot were also taken, and the surgical strike were also taken. What is very unfortunate, Yatharth, is that Pakistan is not relenting after having done all this. I cannot understand as to why Pakistan does not realize that it is in no capacity to get into conflict with India. We do not want to harm Pakistan in any way because Pakistan has gone so weak, and a weak neighbor is never good for a strong country. So we do not want to harm them. I do not know what is there in the mindset of a few feudal, power-hungry people over there that they get into this kind of misadventures, and then we have to react. Our message has never changed. Our message is that first message is we want peace. Second is we want development. The third message is that we will not tolerate terror. And the fourth is that national security comes first for us always and every time. Whenever we have to take a hard decision on national security, we will not bend under any kind of pressure, whether it is from our neighbors or it is from the international community. For us, national security comes first.
So you mentioned about the Uri and Balakot airstrikes. How is this missile-based strike different from the earlier two? Are we seeing a new template of warfare emerging?
No, the template of warfare, Yatharth, is the same as it was earlier. This is a kinetic, it is a limited kinetic action, you can say, against those whom we consider to be inimical to our interests. We have not struck the whole of Pakistan. But a larger picture has to emerge out of this at some point in time, that it is not only the terrorists, but the terrorists are just puppeteers in the hands of certain people. So we simply need to identify those forces which are behind these terrorists and behind these modules. And I am pointing directly towards the Pakistan Army, which is a radicalized organization, neither good for that country nor good for the entire subcontinent of the world. So I am directly pointing towards that we need to find out ways and means of putting a check on the Pakistan Army and its radicalized policies, which would be in the benefit of the entire world and more so for Pakistan. So I would like to advise the people of Pakistan also that we are getting into halfway into the 21st century, and they have noticed the way they have suffered because of the policies of their army and the elite which is controlling them. So they should also get up and be counted and try to find a solution to this thing through people power, through public power, so that they can also get onto the path of development and prosperity. At this moment, they are suffering tremendously.
Sir, Pakistan is now in damage control mode. What possible retaliatory steps can it take next? And how prepared is India to handle any military diplomatic action?
I think I'll answer the second question first. Look, there is no way that what Pakistan will do, we cannot speculate. I do not believe in speculation. So Pakistan has got multiple options, but we are a professional government. We are a professional army. We have also wargamed all the options that Pakistan has got, and we would by now a wonderful army in which I have served and where my juniors are now serving very well trained people armed forces. They would have wargamed all possible options of what Pakistan do and what should be the reaction of our country to Pakistan's responses. And same would be the case with the government also, which has given a very free hand to the armed forces to do whatever they want to. My advice to Pakistan would be that they should be non-escalatory in all this. They should take this opportunity to put their own house in order and to remove the rest of the terrorist modules and follow a path of peace and prosperity. Because Yatharth, look, we have to be realist in all these things, and the reality is that Pakistan may want to project itself as an opponent for us, but there is no comparison between the two of us. There is no comparison. So we want Pakistan to be peaceful. We want Pakistan to develop. So Pakistan should take this opportunity of having a good neighbor and try to not escalate this thing. Because if they escalate, whatever they do, this much I assure you, and you're this thing, that India will always have a upper hand, whether it is in diplomacy or it is in economics or it is in military action or it is in any kind of this thing. India will always have a upper hand.
Yes.
This is a reality of life which I think Pakistan should understand, and the sooner the better.
Operation Sindoor is the first joint operation by Air, Navy, and Army since the 1971 war. What does this signify, sir?
No, joint operations have been carried out earlier also. We have had so many exercises, and we are in the process of theaterization. We are trying to make theater commands, for which reason we have now, with this comment, we have a new appointment of the Chief of Defense Staff, which is doing a wonderful job. And they are very deeply into this concept of theaterization, started by the late and very efficient General Rawat and carried forward by General Chauhan. So it is one of the test bed for the theaterization, from which I feel that they have come out quite successful. and it has still got a long way to go to be totally in place. But it seems that the concept is on the right direction.
Sir, China has responded by saying India and Pakistan neighbors and cannot be moved apart. And they are also China's neighbors. How do you interpret this statement? Is it a warning or an attempt to balance ties?
I have no idea what China wants to say and what China wants to do. China is always playing a double game, and unfortunately, Pakistan is becoming a pawn in the hand of China at this point in time, which is very sad for the people of Pakistan. So China should stop playing this game. More importantly than China stopping to play this game, Pakistan should not play into the hands of China. I will just build a scenario for you. Suppose there is a war between Pakistan and India at some point in time. So Pakistan has got no money to run that war. So Pakistan is
Yes.
going to look at countries which are inimical to us or countries which are associated with them in terms of religion. And
Yes.
the main person that they will look at, the main country they will look at is China, and they will have to give millions and trillions of billions of dollars to go through the war effort, even if it is a limited war. We will, of course, spend our own money, and
Yes, the
we have enough
Organization of
of it.
Islamic Republic.
Yeah. So the Pakistan will get money from outside. So a lot of people, we will suffer a lot of casualties. We will suffer a lot of losses. The Pakistan masses will suffer a lot of losses. But the people who are actually responsible for this, say the army officers and the leaders, out of the money which is coming, they will earn millions, maybe millions out of that. So what is Pakistan going to gain out of it? What are we going to gain out of it? Nothing. But a few elite in Pakistan have got everything to gain, and China has everything to gain. I think the people of Pakistan and we in India, we have to be more mature and more understanding that we don't fall into this trap.
There are confirmed reports that terror outfit Lashkar-e-Taiba had suffered severe destruction in the strike, with the major camps entirely wiped out. How big a blow is this to Pakistan's terror infrastructure?
No. There is no blow. It is. I mean, we had to give a message. We have given a message. They have got 30,000 madrasas. If they start taking out even two people per madrasa, they take out 60,000 such radicalized people in a year. So what comes into their militant organization is just human fodder, which they can indoctrinate and they can use, and they get enough money from their narco dollars and this and that. So they will recoup as fast as is possible. What is needed is the people of Pakistan realizing how much of a damage these organizations are doing to them, and standing up against them, standing up against the ISI, and the international community also putting pressure on Pakistan to remove these people, because the only organization, there are two elements which can do this. One is the people of Pakistan, and the second is the Pakistan army. So we have to somehow get on to these two elements to eradicate the militant organizations. If we think that by sitting over here we can eradicate those militant organizations, we cannot. Over here, I want to also add, Yatharth, that in Kashmir, after this attack, there were a lot of candle marches, and there was a
Yes.
lot of people. They came out in the streets, and they, for the first time, they went against the terrorists and all that. It's very good. It is very encouraging. But you see, from the times when I was in Northern Command, there used to be 5 to 7,000 terrorists in J&K. So the people used to say that they are under the influence of the terrorists because they can do nothing. The strength of the terrorists was too much. Today, the strength of terrorists over there is just in a couple of hundreds, and it keeps fluctuating in there, because as many as we kill, that many come from this thing. But a couple of hundred, तो 100 200 तो गुड़गांव में गुंडे बैठे हुए हैं. So I think it is time for the people of Kashmir to smell the coffee and walk the talk, and they have to ensure that this concept of terrorism is completely eradicated. The terrorists who are over there get no support from the locals. There are no overground workers. And if Kashmir does this, if the Kashmiri people, they stand up for their rights and for their this thing, which I think they will, then Pakistan can do nothing in Kashmir. So when Pakistan can do nothing in Kashmir, then automatically this thing will water down. Then Pakistan will be in a problem how to handle all the militants which are sitting over there in their own country. So I think that from here onwards, there is a lot of responsibility on the people of Kashmir and the government of Kashmir.
Sir, how do you access this movement in the India's military history?
मिलिट्री हिस्ट्री तो इंडिया की बहुत बड़ी है, बहुत नोबल है. सो आई थिंक दिस इज अ प्रॉक्सी वॉर का है. इट इज अ वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट डेवलपमेंट फ्रॉम वेयर वी हैव लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स टू लर्न. We have a lot of things to learn at the local level also. One of the biggest things that we have to learn is that you can never lose out on your vigilance. Vigilance, Yatharth, is very difficult. You see, the concept of fatigue comes in. You cannot keep doing the same thing over and over again, which make you vulnerable, because when the terrorist or when the enemy is going to strike, but this is where good training comes in. So we have to ensure that our intelligence apparatus is always up to the mark, and we are always in the forefront. And one thing for the next time I would like to see happening is that instead of reacting to a strike, we should act first. We should have that intelligence that they are about to strike in this place, and we should strike them first. That I think will be a very major achievement, and we should be working in that direction from now onward.
Thank you, sir, for joining us today and for your insights.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.